welcome to round 3 of the Amateur Mobile Racing League. My name is Larry. I'm kind of on a break from commentary right now, but I thought this video doesn't have any, so I thought I would just give it a little voiceover. Very basic. I only have the standings open here. Let's see what we can do. We're racing around the Suzuka circuit for the second time in this configuration. In the Ultimate Racing 2D2 version, we have had one edition already in the retro version as well. One of them hosted back in Season 2 of Emerald, and one in Season 5, that must be. We are already on lap 2 of Q1. First Q1, Q2 session that I am ever commentating over. We have Pablo on provisional pole position, 500s ahead of Pigeon, who is still racing in the second tier as well. Joris rising through the leagues still. He's in third place. Aloxian in fourth. Then Majuzil, still with the honorary name for Majumdar, who is also on a break right now. We have the fastest middle sector set by Matthews coming across the line. Not an improvement though. Must have been some bad other sectors, and that is it done already. Super tight margins in the top 5. Then it's PIGGY, a 10th and a half back, but eliminated are Lozi, Wilger, Juan V, Matt, Compressor, Kozil, and not Aloxian. That must be because he has set the same time as Fabianski and should also be through. We have 14 drivers competing in Emerald today. I think that's also a bit because of the team shortage after APA has been dissolved. I think there's also been an independent team anyway in AMRL. Exactly, we have 7 teams basically on the grid, with Menardi leading that championship as well. Etruria Racing Academy in second after 2 races, and Aston GP just 5 points behind them in third. And so we are left with 8 drivers before the second half of this qualifying session. We watch Alexian in the Aston. He's raced once in round 2 already, took 6th place there after qualifying in 6th. Can he improve on that? We watch Joras now swinging it into the first 2 turns and through the legendary S's around Suzuka. Then we accelerate towards the 2 Degner corners, going underneath the track where we will see the cars ghosting in the race. Joras running across the grass in the hairpin a little bit. That didn't cost him too much time, but it is the purple sector. Voce Rooney in the first third of the lap. Joras now charging up towards 130. Pigeon also right there with the purple sector in the middle of the track. Joras is gonna cross the line in 4th place. Aloxian with the purple 3rd sector, but Lukic putting every single bit together the best, and by 200ths of a second he outperforms the German in the first lap. Now we have Fabianski, purple. We have a few drivers not improving. Lukic going very wide at the exit of Spoon Corner, and that is not an improvement for him in this part of the lap. Pablo with the purple sector. He's only in 7th right now. PIGGY in 8th. Fabianski across the line. Lukic has gone to the front again. Joras is over a 10th behind, and Lukic now clearly taking the pole position, 32.7. Pablo in P3. Fabianski 4th, Joras 2nd, so Menardi lining up very strongly again. Alexian 5th, Pigeon for Force Polonia, that's Pollak's new team, in P6. Jeruni for RMGP, who advanced from EMRL before this season, in P7. And PIGGY for S25M Racing, continuing without Majumdar, and instead, I think, with Seguin and Rondo as the team principals. I think Nikhil is still continuing as the team owner of S25M Williams in UMRL right now, even though he wanted to leave the server altogether a week ago, since he is in Japan. And yeah, we had the big retirement ceremonies for him, and this entire last season has built up towards it now. Things are looking different, at least right now. But that won't really bother any of the Emerald drivers around here. We're gonna see what the Emerald stars of tomorrow are gonna deliver across these 32 laps. There we are, Lukic for S25M on the pole position. Joris is opting for the medium tires. Pablo and Alexian doing the same behind. Lights out, and we are underway in Japan. Joris with a slightly better start, but can he use it on the outside? He squeezes Lukic to the curb a little bit. Pigeon is already up to third position behind that. Pablo and Alexian behind, and they are all getting out of shape further behind. Joris has taken the lead of the Japanese Grand Prix. Lukic going wide in the hairpin as well and dropping down even further. The two Etrurias not with a good qualifying. Kozil and Lozi, I think they were both out in Q1. Juanvi in the second, Force Polonius trying to get to the front. Pigeon has hit the very, very front. He's in front of the Briton. Joris down to third now as Pablo also advances from a bit further down on the starting grid. Alexian trying to find a space in the S's, but I think they all have to be a bit more patient in this part of the lap. And now heavy rain is coming up here. Let me check. Is this the 25% chance of rain race? It would definitely be very suitable for Suzuka as Juanvi goes wide in Spoon as well. Yes, we have 25% chance of rain here, so this could very much shake up the race. And that's probably also why very few drivers have gone for the mediums at the start. And now the two tire compound rule has been lifted anyway. Oh, and the two S25Ms, I think, coming together even before the S's. That's Compressor in 5th place. He's made a very nice start as well for Aston Grand Prix. He was definitely out in Q1. As Kozil and Juanvi struggle to find the correct line in these wet conditions through Spoon, Fabianski and Compressor side by side through the chicane. Great racing from the pair of them, but it's still continuing into turn 1. Fabianski not leaving any more space than he must into the first turn. And that is very great defending from him. As Kozil tries to find an opening as well in the hairpin. Instead, Lukic, though, is going to do that on I think the Czech driver. Damn, I'm rusty. No, I just don't have that much stats prepared as well. But yeah, Lukic with a nice move. I think now he's lost the position again. He's on wet tires in 8th place. Started on pole position. Quite a clear pole for him earlier on. As Alexian and Joris fight behind Pigeon, who has a 1.3 second lead. Oh, Jaruni braking very late in order to defend from Lozi, but who's going to get the better exit and the better run towards Spoon? It is Lozi. And there's also Minardi and an Aston fighting a bit further back. Fabianski in 6th place, Compressor in 5th, and that's Cozy around the outside. Oh, thankfully there was no collision, no lag rocket here. 3 wide into the first turn. And it kind of dissolves then as we head through the SS. Lukic also in the mix in the hairpin. We cut away from that move. There's a bit of chaos in the exit of the hairpin, but they all mostly keep it on track. As Juanvi now gets the inside line for 130R. Super high speeds between all these drivers as they still continue racing. Fabianski pushing Lukic down the front stretch. Oh, and Kozil, 1 car too many going into turn 2. Juanvi, oh, not sure if he was to blame for that incident. But they are losing a bit of time to Compressor ahead. Pablo in 4th place, and then we have Pigeon, Alexian, and Joris still your top 3 around Suzuka. The wet tires are the compound that's functioning a bit better here. And Jaruni goes around the outside of Lukic, also squeezing him to the curb there. Lukic coming back at him. Oh, a bit of a bounce there through the internet issues maybe. And nothing too bad happening. Jaruni now doing it to himself as he goes onto the grass in the Dunlop corner. Last corner of the Suzuka S's. And we always see Juanvi performing some moves in spoon corners, it seems. But he is still only in 7th place. Juanvi, I think, with a bit of a tough season so far. 6th place in the first race here. I think in Umeral he's also back racing. And that is where he took, 116th place so far in round 1. Racing for the new Maserati team. Many team changes in all of the leagues. Yeah, super unsettling times for all the leagues, I would say. I'm not sure if we've ever had this many struggles, but let's just focus on the racing for now. Lukács diving down the inside of Kozio, but the track is almost fully dry. So Lukács now having more issues on the wets. And Compressor and Pablo wheel to wheel through 130 at Compressor slowing down for whatever reason. And who is now going to pit? It's definitely the wet tire runners apart from Giruni. Ooh, he will have issues throughout this entire 11th lap. And we have many drivers going for the red soft tires. And we have Alexian, Fabianski and Matt further back on medium tires. And PIGGY goes for hards. Pigeon now into the pit lane. Alexian, can he perform an undercut on any of the two drivers ahead of him? It looks like it. Alexian will be ahead of Joris, and Kozil is also going through, but he is still on intermediate tires. Pablo in 5th place. Compressor. Juanvi, that's Giruni exiting the pit lane, and he will be, almost at the very back. Wilger has retired from the race. Great to see him race in AMRL. I understand that he would struggle a bit to be at the highest level of Humra with this long time that he's not really been racing regularly, but he was on the first UMRL podium ever. That's also been his best ever result with 2nd place. And he is, I think, a beloved wheel-to-wheel racer by many drivers. Great to race against him. And that is Matt in 10th place. That should be the Hurricane Racing Team car. Oh, and Pablo nearly having to run across the curb in the chicane, but instead he also passes Compressor while Kozil pits for the 2nd time now and goes down to 12th place. Pigeon is leading Alexian by nearly 3 seconds. Alexian is on medium tires. That might be an investment for later on, but it all depends on if the rain is gonna return as well. And there's Kozil and Lozi, two trios closely together again now. A few drivers in there who have dropped down because of the rain. Kozil is now passing Giruni, only for a matter of seconds before he makes a mistake. And yeah, very interesting fight further down in the field here. Kozil again diving to the inside of his teammate in Spoon. They leave each other a lot of space, something that we haven't really seen in any of the other fights here. They have been very fierce, but I think for AMRL standards normally, I would say that we have seen some quality attacking and defending already. Of course, some drivers are going to go off, but it's also just been a few mistakes which are just going to happen around the track with quite a few corners. And now it's Matt and Lozi fighting side by side. Matt on relatively old mediums, all the tires getting old, and the rain is returning. I think it's just a light rain if I saw that correctly. So is anybody gonna go for the wet tires? No, but it is the drivers further at the back who are the first ones to pit for Inters. Still taking a little bit until the rain appears. Now it's happened, and that was at the exact wrong point for Lukic, who slides wide in the hairpin and hits the wall. Now Pigeon has reached the pit lane. It's Juanvi already charging up towards 130R. Are any of the drivers further back gonna capitalize off this? Yeah, Lukic losing out as it seems. And Pigeon, no matter the conditions, extending his lead over Joris and Alexian. Pigeon is also performing amazingly in Humero. And the first 2 rounds here, he's finished 5th and 11th. That's actually worse than in Humero, where he's in 4th in the standings. But it is very changeable conditions. The sun is out in Japan again. Track still wet. Kozil's one of the 2 drivers here on wet tires, still passing Fabianski for 8th. Fabianski on the outside of turn 1. He can try and keep it in there, but he doesn't pass him at this point. They're still very closely together, but we watch Joris and Alexian. That's still a fight for the podium. Yeah, Alexian did the undercut earlier. I missed the fact that Joris got past him again and up into 2nd place. But anything can change there anyway, as Alexian once again pits earlier. He goes for hard tires, hoping that there won't be any rain in the last 12 laps. And many drivers now up to pit for the dry tires. As Juanville will pick up a rather easy position here against Lozi. Yeah, it will be interesting to see where Juanvi is going to come out here. And Alexian did the undercut once again. Joris has gone for soft tires, so that's completely different trajectories now in the final part of the race. Joris will have to pray for rain, and that might give him a clear advantage, but even with no rain, he could do 2 stops. Yeah, he will now have to get a big gap. He's already passed Alexian, repassing him at the exit of the chicane. Yeah, it's a bit of a tight number of laps for Joris to pull any gap. Wow, as Juanvi and Pablo both run very wide in the grass at turn 2. Alexian trying to come back at Joris. No point in really picking the slipstream up right now. These 2 are gonna fight for the podium until the last lap, as it looks. Compressor is 2 seconds behind them. Yeah, actually, he might join them if they are holding each other up a lot. As Lozi tries his luck. Still on the Inters, which are already worn. And that's Pablo and Giruni. That's the 2 Aurum GPs. Pablo taking his first podium in this league, I believe, in Canada. As Juanvi attempts the move, maybe the cutback coming out of turn 2. Can't really do that. Turns 1 and 2 are very high speed as well. But we go towards the hairpin. Oh, no space on the outside there, though. Bit of a trailer misjudgment by Pablo. But that is okay. It would have been very opportunistic by Juanvi again. And now, a bit too eager on the exit of Spoon, trying to get to the inside for 130R. Still remaining in the slipstream, and we go down the start-finish straight again. Juanvi this time to the inside, already ahead in turns 1 and 2, and Pablo maybe going a bit wide in turns 1 and 2, but he is already a few car lengths behind. And there's Fabianski, Giruni, and Maju. Not Maju, Kozio. Maybe joining the fight now. Fabianski also opting for the Joris strat, which is paying off for the Britain at the front right now. He's a second ahead of the Aston GP of Eloxian. Yeah, Juanvi is going to stay in 5th place at best, because the gap to Compressor is 4 seconds. But everything can still happen in this big fight, the biggest one that's going on track right now. We see further back Kozil and Pablo. No, Pablo is right here. We see Giruni and Kozil closely together. Yeah, Juanvi now is losing the positions against Pablo and Fabianski. Old medium tires for him. Fabianski also on soft tires with 4 stops. And is Joris gonna carry these softs towards the end of the race? I think he doesn't have another choice. Is that gonna give Alexian the chance to catch up a bit more again? I'm not really sure. The soft tires, the soft tire runners don't seem to struggle too much right now, but that can change a lot over the next 5 laps still. 4 laps. And that's Cozy on the outside of Spoon. Juanvi trying to not run his car too deeply, but he very much sticks to the inside of Spoon. Maybe leaves him with a bit of a worse exit, and Cozy is through, and they go into the pit lane. Just so saw that. Pablo now alone. Fight has ended for now, as Rain is returning for the final 2 laps. Oh, what are the top 2 gonna do? I believe that they are still gonna pit here. Pigeon already flying into the pit lane. Joras and Alexian, 2 seconds between them. Joras, I think, is carrying on, as we can see on the minimap. And he takes the lead of the race for now. Now we have to look at his tires. Oh, yeah, well, drifting in the rain, of course, and also on old soft tires. No, that is not the correct pick. What has Compressor done? They all have stayed on the slick tires. Oh well, then maybe it doesn't matter, but look at Joras and Alexian. 0 grip here, but it's already drying up again. That was their hope. Alexian on the inside with his still grippier hard tires. Yeah, the advantage has very much swung his way, with the rain also increasing that tire gap, I believe. And Joras down to 3rd. Compressor it really is very close. Look at that, just 1.5 tenths between them on the graphic, and now we can see them full screen as well. Compressor around the outside of the hairpin. Joras somehow keeping his car under control, not running Compressor completely off the track. We already see Pigeon with the correct tires weaving across the start-finish straight. He wins the Japanese Grand Prix in dominant fashion. Alexian in 2nd place, then photo finish between Compressor and Joras, and Compressor makes it a double podium for Aston Martin by just 1/100th of a second. The soft tires definitely suffered in the wet conditions. Not sure how it would have looked if it stayed dry. Would have still been difficult. Yeah, Joras hoping for the rain to come again, but not that late in the race. Pablo and Giruni in 5th and 6th for ORMGP. Fabianski in 7th. Very solid races by all of them. Kozil in 8th place. Juanvi not able to stay in front of that big fight that we have been following in the last few laps. Matt in 10th place, Lukic from pole down to 11th, Losey in P12, PIGGY and Wilger out of the race. And so after 3 rounds in the Advanced Mobile Racing League, it's Joris leading by 9 points with the win in Czech Republic, Kozil in 2nd with the win in Canada, and Pigeon in 3rd with the win today. Compress in 4th, taking 2 podiums when he raced so far. Pablo in 5th place, Alexian, Fabianski, Ellie, who didn't race today, Jaruni, and Chichu Berger with 1 4th place so far, rounding out the top 10, and he's tied with Kwanbi. And in the teams, it's a tie between Minardi and Aston. Minardi with 1 win to their name though, so they should be in 1st place. Etruria Racing Academy in 3rd, Force Polonia, and RMGP the top 5. Hope you enjoyed this bit of AMRL action around Suzuka. We will go to Portimao next week. I think it's the driver's absolute favorite track. Like this video and subscribe so you don't miss the next one.